Did you buy Demon Slayer: The Hinokami Chronicles? Was one of your first instincts to jump online and enjoy some ranked matches? Are you one of the many struggling to fight against water wheel, waterfall, big water wheel? Well, boy, do I have news for you. In a world where water wheel doesn't even matter, a world where you can't do a single thing, no matter what your opponent does, no matter how you defend against your opponent, he will always be victorious. CyberConnect 2 now presents Demon Slayer: The Hinokami Chronicles Surge Mode Edition! An all-new game mode where your opponent never gets to play the game! That's right, you heard it here folks, and I just said it! Your opponent never gets to play the game! L2 for boost one time, L2 for boost second time, go into Surge Mode and activate your ultimate supremacy! Refresh on all your meter, doesn't matter! Nothing cares, nobody matters anymore! Just burned your assist meter to get out of a nasty combo, doesn't matter! You got all your stuff refreshed for free! Wanna play Demon Slayer just like Naruto and spam triangle with endless chakra? Well, you can do it right now! But wait! There's more! Not only can you do all that busted ass shit that I just told you about, but you also get Hyper Armor! Ignore everything your opponent does with this new incredible invincible mode! Surge Mode! Only $59.99! Buy right now! Henshin Go baby, what's good guys? Yoku here, and yes, I know that bit was pretty, that was a pretty crazy bit though, huh? Your boy only had like a little bit of coffee, but I'm feeling it. Anyway, no, I'm not making the bit just because it's funny. I mean, I am, but Surge Mode is definitely a problem and I don't like it. I'm sure you guys have seen a couple videos go up, maybe a few people talking about it, but for the most part, everyone's complaining about Water Wheel online, which is justifiable in a way. I don't think Water Tanjiro is an issue, personally speaking. I'm able to handle Tanjiro just fine. I think any character in this game I'm relatively good at, I guess, going against, maybe except Shinobu, but that's just because I don't like playing the waiting game and I'm very impatient, and the way that she plays is problematic. That being said, yeah, sure, we have push block, we have parry, we have a lot of different things that are defensive mechanics that really work in the game, and they're great defensive mechanics, and I do enjoy the fact that parry is a high risk, high reward thing, but I don't like the fact that we don't really have any defensive mechanics outside of emergency assist to escape a combo. There are a lot of situations in this game where when your opponent earned or not earned will be, you know, rewarded with this nasty combo. And for the most part, most characters in this game, once you actually optimize their combos, can do anywhere between 40 to 60% worth of damage with or without an ultimate. Most people will use that ultimate bar. Some people will save it for you guessed it, Surge Mode. Hata, yay, Surge Mode edition, woohoo! Surge Mode is stupid. I didn't think it was a problem while watching the trailer, but when we were watching the trailer and the previews of the game, not once did I ever notice Surge Mode had Hyper Armor. And I'm real positive that's not something that existed from what we've seen. Now that we have the game in our hands, Surge Armor, or yeah, I guess I could just call it that, but Hyper Armor all of a sudden is in Surge Mode, and it's really problematic because if I parry you, that's probably the only way that I can actually get damage, right? Or get you from not attacking me is to parry. The issue with that is I have to perfect parry whatever it is that you're doing. You're spamming all of your special moves. I need to perfect parry it. Oh crap, you got an assist coming in. I didn't parry that, but I parried you, now I got hit by your assist. All right, well, GG's no re. The problem going into all of that is simply that Surge Mode gives you too much. I'm totally fine with Surge Mode giving you a refresh on your meter, giving you an infinite amount of meter. That's fine. I don't really care about that because, you know, like I can dodge special moves, and if you hit me, right, the way that I look at the game, or a lot of fighting games for that matter, is that if I'm doing something and I make a mistake, that's my fault. Whatever's going on in the match, that's my fault. So, and most of the time it's not, right? I'm not gonna say that most of the time it's not my fault, but sometimes it's not my fault, and that's okay, right? Some things happen, like input didn't get read, you know, maybe the clash happened and they were able to get the trade, they got a reward from the trade and you didn't. Something like, for instance, when you're fighting against Rengoku, there are a lot of situations where you can trade with Rengoku, your swords clash, but because of the way Rengoku works, and he'll use his forward skill, right, or his directional skill, skill 2 as we call it, and then it'll just leap towards you anyway, and there's nothing you can do about it because you're the one on the defensive. So there are a lot of situations like that that generally do suck, and you can't really control it in that moment, right? You need to be on like some expert level machine type brain level play. But when you introduce surge mode, none of that matters. Literally none of that matters. I can turn on surge mode and do whatever I want. Literally, if I'm getting caught in your combo, I still have my assist meter to get out. And the crazy part about it is a lot of people aren't using, I don't know why I'm telling you guys this, but a lot of people aren't using surge mode properly. For starters, you get a refresh in all of your meter. Why would you skip an entire meter's worth of refresh? And you know, somebody might not know what that means. I'm here to break it down for you. When you're in the middle of a game, let's say that you have boost, right? You've got 3 bars of your ultimate meter. Cool. You use one for the boost and you immediately use it to go into surge mode. That's a horrible idea. And unless you have the guaranteed combo for whatever reason, that's a horrible idea. Use your boost, play the game. Maybe you get caught in a combo. You never know what happens, right? Unless you, again, you're having a perfect game. You don't know. Your opponent can catch you, they can parry you, they can push block you into whatever. Then you have L1 to get out of there because you've got max assist. Or you could use it to pressure your opponent. Let's say that your opponent is blocking their parry games on point. I'm going to keep calling double assist, right? I'm going to call double assist while attacking at the same time. Oh, you blocked all of that? Okay, but my assist hit you with the last hit. Now I'm going to use surge mode, cancel whatever attack animation I was doing, and then go into my surge combo because now everything is reset. My meter's back up to max. My assist came back all the way, and I still have 1 bar of ultimate left. That's typically how I look at using surge mode in a very optimal manner, right? If it's going to refresh your meter anyway, you might as well use your meter before you actually do surge mode or boost or whatever, right? Again, if you're in a perfect game and you just want to like boost and surge mode and then, you know, hit the ultimate button, whatever floats your boat. But for the most part, a lot of these videos and Twitter things and stuff that you just see online are very impractical, and that's a big reason that I don't include them in any of my videos. A lot of the stuff that you've seen from me teaching you guys how to play characters, how to play the game, I don't even talk about surge mode at all for the most part because it's damn near a broken mechanic. The idea, the concept is great, but again, you can't have all of that. There's no reason that you should get a refresh on meter, infinite meter, hyper armor, 2 times speed, and 2 times attack, right? Because the boost already gives you an increase in attack and speed. So we'll say, we'll take this down to like Pokemon level, right? Because it's pretty common, okay? There are certain moves in the game that boost your attack by 1, and then there's other moves in the game that boost your attack by 2, and then another move in the game that boosts it by 3, right? Or max, if you will. So times 1.5 is a +1 boost, okay? And then times, I think they changed it so it's not times 2 anymore. It might still be times 2, I don't remember. But anyway, point being is that +2 is times 2. We'll just use that as a basic math formula, okay? So boost mode is a +1, which gives you 1.5 times your normal attack damage and 1.5 times your speed, correct? Okay, you're following me so far, right? Great. Surge mode is a +2 boost. Now you have 2 times the attack damage and 2 times the speed, and all your meter came back, and you have hyper armor, and you can do infinite amount of combos because it just doesn't matter with the specials, right? You don't have to mix in any of your normal attacks to actually do the special move because you have 2 times speed, so your attack speed is faster. I don't think anyone's actually taken consideration into that fact, but when you go into boost to surge mode, your attacks become faster as well. Combining all of that into one singular massive comeback mechanic, and this is by far the worst comeback mechanic I've ever dealt with in any fighting game, personally speaking. I'm sure others exist, but I've never dealt with this comeback mechanic in my life, right? When I played Dragon Ball FighterZ, I didn't even complain about what do you call that? It's not Kaioken, but the red thing, the boost or whatever, right? The burst. Using that's not even a bad thing because you don't get hyper armor all of a sudden. Your meter doesn't automatically max out and refresh. You just start to recover a little bit of HP and you do more damage, which is fair. That's fine because it's still a fair fight because I still have my burst, or if I've already used my burst, you're being rewarded for holding your burst a little bit longer. In Demon Slayer, that doesn't matter. It doesn't exist, right? The only way to beat Surge is to use Surge. I mean, granted, like I said earlier, you can parry. I don't think a lot of people are taking that into consideration, is that you can parry the move because a parry stops their attack altogether, which means it ignores hyper armor. So in the event somebody is in surge mode and they're just whiffing attacks, if your parry game is on point and you parry one of their whiffed attacks, that is your only opportunity to get as much damage as possible. And the thing that I don't like doing, which is the 1-2-3 dash, 1-2-3 dash, 1-2-3 dash, in that situation, I would probably do it only because my goal is to drain their surge meter so that they don't have it anymore by the time the combo ends. In a situation like that, unless I know my ultimate is gonna kill them, I just wouldn't use ultimate, because ultimate is gonna freeze the time and it's gonna freeze their surge meter going down, which means when the ultimate's done and if you didn't kill them, they still have all that meter, they are still in surge mode, and they still have hyper armor, and you get reset back to neutral. So in the event that that happens, I'm just gonna do as much damage as possible with the combos that I know that'll last the longest time, right? Something like that. I'm gonna spam my assists, whatever the case may be. But all in all, at the end of the day, I know we're bitching about netcode, right? I know we want lobbies in the game. I know we want like tournament modes or spectator modes, stuff like that. That's all fine and dandy. I'm all for that. None of that stuff is gonna be fun if surge mode doesn't get fixed. And I don't really like to throw that word around. You guys heard me say that in the previous video. I don't like throwing around the word fix, right? But in this particular case, I genuinely don't think that surge mode is on a fair playing ground right now, and it does need to be changed. If adjusted something, remove the hyper armor, I'm totally fine with that, right? Because if I'm still playing a solid game, your surge mode doesn't matter. But if you have hyper armor, now you can just ignore whatever I'm doing. I can whiff punish you all day and the hyper armor doesn't matter. On top of the fact, did you know you can stack hyper armors? That's crazy, right? So hypothetically speaking, if you just had hyper armor and it absorbed 5 hits for whatever reason, I did waterfall basin and all 5 hits connected, and then I did my actual heavy attack that absorbs everything as long as I have HP. Did you know you can just stack it? Like, there's no limit to how many times you have to get hit before your hyper armor goes away. It's ridiculous. So instead of us complaining about netcode and water wheel Tanjiro and Rengoku, because those are some very simple fixes, not so much the netcode, I just mean the characters. How about we just kind of like push this narrative that surge mode is not okay right now, and really get them to look at that? Because what they're doing, I'm sure CC2 Sega is listening to what we're saying, and they're prioritizing what needs to be adjusted or talked about or you know, done for whatever before the next 2 demons come out, which I'm projecting them to come out at the end of the month or the beginning of next month, somewhere around that time span. So if we don't get any news, any patch, any update, nothing like that within that time span, a lot of people are going to stop playing the game. Not because the game's not fun, it's just that surge mode makes the game unfair. It's like you're playing a very fair, even game. All of a sudden your opponent gets surge mode and now it's not your game anymore. You might as well just put the controller down. That's how a lot of people are going to feel, especially because, once again, a lot of people playing this game are from Storm. They're from, I guess, Jump Force or whatever, any other anime game. And so the idea of not spamming square, triangle, super dash doesn't exist to them. They don't want to take the time to learn how to actually play the game. So everything is broken. Every character is broken. Bro, you're trash. All you do is spam this. Bro, why didn't you let me hit you, bro? You're a sweaty player. Blah, 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 blah. So you already have that side of the community who are ready to quit the game after day 2 or 3. And then you're going to have another side of the community who's like, bro, I love the game, but I can't play it because surge mode. Then you got netcode. So it's just like, there are things that they need to prioritize and fix, and hopefully they get on that. Anyway, I know this video might have been a really long ramble. I apologize for that, but you know, your boy just likes to talk about things that kind of don't make any sense, and surge mode doesn't make any sense. That being said, I'm going to get out of here. Like the video, comment, subscribe. Let me know your opinions about surge mode. If you guys think it's broken, if you don't think it's broken, we could debate about it, talk about it, whatever the case may be. Check out my other videos, subscribe. I said that twice because I want you to do it. Like, over 80% of y'all are not subscribed to the videos, but you're watching my videos like consistently. So help your boy out, man. I'm trying to hit 15K before the end of the year. I can't say my user outro because it's inappropriate for YouTube. Smell you later.